Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Taryn, the traveling trainer with GoTarryn Personal Training here in the greater Atlanta area, and happy Halloween. That's right, today is Halloween, and we've got a very special guest for today's episode here who is also in Atlanta, Georgia. She's returning back to GoTarryn TV, Ms. Dedra Blakley. Now, before Dedra returns back here on today's show, I'd like to ask everyone out there if you please be so kind as to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. Now today we've asked Dedra to rejoin us for today on this special spooky episode, and as we're talking we're going to get to see how she's been in the last month or so since the last time she was on here. She's going to get us caught up to speed. She's going to give us some good suggestions and advice for all of the pitfalls and challenges that we're going to about to have with entering into the holidays with Halloween, Thanksgiving, and all the other holidays where we have a lot of food and alcohol in front of us, what we can do to maintain and not gain, so to speak. So we'll learn how to do that and a lot more in the next half hour as we have Dedra Blakley of De-Stress 101 right here on GoTarryn TV. And remember, with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll see you in a minute. All right, welcome back, everyone. And as you can see side by side for this very special Halloween episode, we have Ms. Dedra Blakley returning. Dedra, happy Halloween out there.
Oh, goodness, happy Halloween. I hadn't even thought about that, yeah.
yeah, this is great. So we're having a nice rainy day in Atlanta, as we were just talking before recording, and all is well with the world. You've got your phone, so I know that could be panicky.
My whole life was on my phone. I was panicking there when I couldn't find it for a minute.
That is the worst feeling. I've had that happen before, actually. And that is, I can't think of many other things that are worse than that.
I know. Yeah, this day and age, our whole world is in the palm of our hand, literally.
Yeah, you're right. And not only that, but if you lose it, but also if someone was to get it and then compromise any personal information or your bank accounts, everything pretty much like you could think of is on there. So it's so scary, that's for sure. But last time I talked to you, Dedra, you had a couple of events going on this past month, of course, in October. So I guess I just wanted to get caught up to speed with you here today and just see how everything went. Because you went to a conference in Florida, I think, and also you had a fundraiser, and then in between that there was a turkey shoot toss. So can you get us caught up to speed and tell everyone out there how did everything go?
Yeah, so we'll start with my trip to St. Pete, Tampa. That was great. I loved St. Petersburg. It kind of reminded me of Augusta or Macon, Georgia. Small town feel. The river runs through it, or in this case, the ocean. But it was really beautiful, and I had the opportunity to just have some intimate conference time with some ladies that really needed relaxation. And, you know, of course, when you go to a conference, you want to think that everyone's going to come to your particular workshop. So I was prepared for like 30 people in my conference, in my workshop. That didn't happen, but the few ladies that did come to mind. And the other thing, you know, you're competing with every other great conference presenter there. But the ladies that really needed the time, the tips and the tools to relax on the job and then to just practice some me time. So it was good.
That's great, Dedra. That's excellent. How long were you down there for?
I was just down there for a couple days. I literally, both of my sessions were on the same day. So I went there the day before and flew out the morning after. Cool.
Did you have any time to kind of sightsee or hang out or spend some personal time at all?
You know, my sister went with me because we're kind of road dogs like that. When one of us has something, the other one tries to tag along. But cool. What I did for me was I got a massage.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Full body massage. Got a chance to get some pampering in. We had dinner by the ocean. So sunset was beautiful. Just a great, I can say I had one great night in St. Petersburg just for me.
Wonderful. Good for you. Excellent. And then so you came back, and since then, as you mentioned, there was a turkey shoot toss event as well, too?
Well, you know, that was supposed to be something we were doing to fundraise for the radio station where I work, WJBB.
Yes.
But the forecast is raining today. The forecast was that it was supposed to rain all weekend, so we postponed it. Okay. And now it's not going to be until November 9th. So a couple weekends away. Okay. But we're still excited about that. It's given us a little more time to get the word out. There's a little bit of a buzz now. So, yeah, it's going to be a great time. Fingers crossed, not going to rain, but we're trying to come up with a contingency plan indoors in case it does rain.
Oh, good, good. That's excellent. Okay, well, good, excellent. And what does the rest of this week look like? And I guess, gosh, we're into a new month, November, and the rest of the year, of course, 2019. What do you have planned going on, like into this weekend and the rest of the year, Dedra?
Well, right now, actually, I'm announcing at a cornhole tournament. I don't know how I got wrangled into that, because that's what I'm doing I think it's on Friday night, just doing the announcement teams and the points and all that for the cornhole competition. But then for my own business, for De-Stress 101, I am launching a new brand, or a new aspect of De-Stress 101. It's called Exhale Yoga Parties for Women. And so I'm having my very first launch party on November 15th in Jefferson at Rejuvenating Touch Days.
Nice.
So on that particular night, it's going to be kind of a hodgepodge of everything. The typical yoga party will just be me, a woman who invites me to her home, or we have a facility that we go to with up to 10 of her best friends, and we might drink wine, we might have smoothies. I have an entire layout of what you might want your party to look like, because some people want to relax, some people want a more invigorating yoga workout, so I can accommodate all those. But on November 15th, I'm going to have a massage therapist there who's going to be giving free, or should I say complimentary, 15-minute massages. Nice. And I'll have a GoTarryn wellness expert there giving some Zydeco scans. Are you familiar with what a Zydeco scan is?
Actually, I think I am. Is that something to do with sensitivities of some sort? That's where you scan whatever someone's sensitive to in terms of food and some types of allergies. Is that right?
That may be part of it, but in this particular one that she's doing, you place your entire hand on like this oversized mouse. So the scan will pick up on some things going on in your body. Say you might have digestive issues going on.
Oh, okay.
Whatever the scan says is going on in your body, then she'll be able to recommend which supplements, or rather which essential oils.
That's right.
Can whatever's going on in your body,
like nutrient deficiencies and gaps, right? Yeah, I've heard of this. Yeah, I have heard of that. That's something new. You're right. Now that you're saying that and explaining it, I've seen more and more places offering that, and it looks interesting. I never heard of it, but until now I keep hearing about it. So, have you had that done too, Dedra?
I have had it done before, and it's funny, because I remember when I had it done, I wasn't feeling well that day. I didn't feel like I was getting a virus, but I just remembered not feeling well. And it came back like I needed wintergreen and all these like mint type for digestion. I'm like, I don't really know what this is. And then probably a week later, I was in the ER.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
So,
wow.
It was a little preemptive for me. I didn't understand it at the time, but when I went to the or even the doctor thought I had gallbladder issues, but no, it was just a really tough case of colitis. So the scan can be very indicative of what's going on in your body that maybe physically you aren't picking up on yet. I just knew I felt really run down and just like kind of gross.
Interesting. Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, that night it's going to be fun. Got several slots available. I'm doing 2 sessions on November 15th, one at 5:30. And then one at 7:30, or one at 5:30, and then one at 7. So they'll be about an hour long. But some women are signing up multiple women to come with them.
Cool.
You can come solo. It's only $5. And we just wanted to make it affordable so that everybody could come get a flavor and a taste of what Exhale Yoga Parties for Women could be like. And then I'll have information, of course, about how you can book your own party. And it can be a theme party. This would be a great 40th birthday party for a woman, or a bridal shower party, or just a ladies' night out. So really, really, really excited about this launch.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it can be mobile. That's the best part. I don't need brick and mortar. I can go wherever the party is.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. You know, I was just thinking about that, actually, because we could probably, you know, we had that health fair, of course, earlier this year in the spring at Max's studio. So there's one location. We've got, of course, the Family Life Center gym in Buckhead where Max and I originally worked out. I'm sure they'll do it there. And there's a whole bunch of other, maybe Georgia State University. I mean, just off the top of my head, I can think of 3 or 4 places that we could definitely set that up and do that. Yeah, that's good for you, Dedra. I'm impressed. That's excellent. That's really,
And
really
you know,
good.
one of the reasons I wanted to do this is
Hmm.
because women, we do a lot. We
Yep.
don't take very good care of ourselves because we're always nurturing someone else.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I really just want women to come together and support each other, share an experience together. You know, it's an opportunity to vent. I started to call it a yoga and wine, WHINE.
I love it. That's great. Yes.
You know, just a chance to just kind of let everything go and just know that there's somebody there to support you. Of course, you'll get a great workout and the best sleep of your night doing yoga, especially the way that I teach yoga. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. Now, if you want something more invigorating like detox, we could do that. But my main goal in every session that I have with my customers is to help them relax and get a great night's sleep, and then see the need that they have for a home practice or continued sessions with me.
Oh, wonderful, Dedra. That's great. How often do you foresee being able to do this ongoing?
I want to do it at least twice a month. It would be
Cool.
okay with me, you know, if
Hmm.
I did 2 weekends and then maybe a Thursday night or a Friday night.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to kind of parlay into something new and different for De-Stress 101. You know, group yoga, private sessions are always going to be there. But why not just give somebody a new and unique party experience where you laugh, you drink,
Hmm.
you just have a great time? It's funny because I don't drink, but I'm learning that wine helps people relax.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So
certainly. Hmm.
whether you want to serve alcohol, you want to serve smoothies, hot teas, hot ciders, we can do it all.
That's great. And obviously, it's proven, too, that they say that a glass of wine helps cardiovascular in terms of the cardiovascular system, too. They've had studies done on that. So, yeah, I think that's all around excellent, you know, everything in moderation. But that does sound like a lot of
Absolutely.
fun. That sounds great. That's perfect. And speaking of yoga and working out, how about yourself in terms of for your workouts and working out with your clients and group yoga sessions? How have those been going?
For, for me personally,
Both, yeah, you personally and also working out with others as well.
well, I did join a gym. Yay, me. I never thought after working out with our mutual friend Max and Azir, I never thought that I would just not be working out. I was so in love with it. Now, I
Yeah.
can't believe it's been 7 years ago. I'm afraid to think how fast the next 7 years is going to go by. But I joined a gym, still not there as much or as regularly as I would like,
Yeah.
but I am teaching for some private sessions. I have Parkinson's disease seems to be something that people are really finding
Mm.
relief from through yoga.
Yeah.
So I have a private client that I teach, and then someone else just inquired about Parkinson's disease, and you may be more up to school or up to speed on that than I am. But there's some kind of science that links Parkinson's disease and yoga benefits, so that I won't say it delays the Parkinson's, but it can certainly help stabilize some of those motor skills that they start to lose and some of the balance challenges.
Sure. That wouldn't
So
surprise me.
I'm
Hmm.
just happy to be able to help people in whatever way that I can.
Yeah, that absolutely would be great. You know, that wouldn't surprise me at all because you know the benefits of yoga better than I could in terms of everything, overall health and mind and body and
Right.
so yeah, I think that's definitely tied in there neurologically and yeah, I could see that correlation. So that's tremendous. That's really, really good. And, you just mentioned, Dedra, about, that's amazing that it's been 7 years. That has gone by pretty fast. But, and then, of course, we're imminently upon us is the year 2020. So what does your 2020 look like, Dedra? That leads me to what is our kind of long-term goal game plan here for the next year? I know, including the radio and everything else you're doing. What does that look like for next year?
I think I'm going to say this until it happens. My goal is to always work less.
That's
That is
good.
always my goal, is to work less.
Yeah.
I really want these yoga parties to take off, obviously,
Definitely.
because my business is my baby. Radio is something that I can do, I
Mhm.
enjoy, I'm good at,
Yep.
but my baby is De-Stress 101. And so I've been looking at different spaces, just trying to decide, do I want to try and build my business here? I certainly have a client base here in the Winder area. The yoga party that I'm having, the launch party, is in Jefferson. That's Jackson County. So that's kind of expanding that way. The suburbs, you know, to me, in Buckhead, there's yoga on every corner. In Atlanta, yoga is so easy to get to. Here in the suburbs, not so much. And I found that gyms don't have a lot of success with yoga. The clients that go, they feel like they get lost. If the gym does offer yoga, they feel like they get lost because the instructor isn't giving them the individualized attention. So even as my business expands, I really want to cap my students at 10 per class, maybe 12, 10 to 12 people per class. And that's it, because I still want to be able to put my eyes on each student in a session. I still want people to feel like they're getting that personalized service, someone that's looking to see whether or not they're doing the moves right, that can walk over instead of trying to travel around the floor and dodge 30 people. You know, it's really easy to just get to 10 or 12 people and still teach the class for the people that are ready to move on. So that's my goal. If I had to put, you know, a timeline on that, I would say in the next 4 to 5 months, I would like to have my own business. But if the mobile yoga parties, Excel yoga parties for women, if that kicks off well, I don't really need 4 walls. So just a time of prayer and wait and see as far as that goes. But work less, do more yoga for me and for my clients.
Yes, certainly. That's wonderful, Dedra. And before we start recording, too, I brought up, you know, obviously Travis, and we talked a little bit about Max. Have you been talking to or networking with the others like Max or the Coach Murphy since, you know, we had last spoken or talked to them at all with those mastermind meetings we had?
One that I would say I am in, I definitely can't say constant communication because he might be busier than I am, but recently, so I called him on his birthday and he called me back a couple of days later, and you know, we talked about the fitness world and radio and yoga and just kind of what that looks like. You know, I think it's easy for me to just kind of get caught up in my world because of all of us that network together. I'm single. I think Travis was single at the time, but you know, you guys have kids and families, and so, you know, just trying to figure out that work-life balance. It's always going to be a challenge, especially when you're an entrepreneur. Especially, I think you use your body for your job. You know, you have to take care of your body. You have to get enough sleep. You have to just do everything that you're telling your clients to do. And that's not always easy. It's really not. I juggle with that and struggle with that all the time.
Yeah, you wear so many hats, don't you? Like, I mean, 20 different job descriptions all wrapped under one hat, basically. I can relate to that. You're right. You're so right about the work-life balance. You know, your theme, obviously, with de-stress is attacking that stress and managing stress and improving stress management. So can you tell people, if they've never tried yoga before, that correlation and how that would influence and help and impact one's stress levels if they were to do yoga?
Sure. The first thing I like to tell people, because the objection that I always hear is that I'm not flexible, I can't do yoga, and that's exactly why you need to do it. But in age, I think with technology and with the busyness of the world and everyone running at 1,000,000 miles an hour, yoga is a settling of the mind. So if you can make yourself put down your phone, even for 5 minutes, and you know, the phone is good because you can download apps now.
Oh gosh,
the Calm app. There's so many meditation apps out there. So if you need to have your phone to help guide you through a meditation, not even a meditation, I just like to call it quiet time because meditation is kind of intimidating to people. But you know, just put on some soft music that's not going to make you think or remind you of a concert or something you went to years ago, but just some nice, soft, you know, yoga music. Put that on and set a timer for 5 minutes. Try not to think about work or anything. Just focus on your breathing. And if you can just practice mindful breathing, say twice a day for 5 minutes at a time, you will find yourself feeling calm. I do so many lunch and learns and so many presentations where it might be chair yoga. It might just be teaching people how to breathe. It might be doing something with our hands that make us focus on one thing. Do one thing. There's so much truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
So don't feel like you have to do a headstand or a downward facing dog, the first time you do yoga. Settle your mind, learn to sit quietly, breathe deeply from your belly, and that alone can help you have a good night's sleep. Because our bodies are on 24/7. Obviously, you want them to stay on, but the detoxification factor, the relaxation factor can really be achieved simply through mindful breathing. And that would be a great first step for anybody, just to practice being still and being quiet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, Dedra, going back to what we were just talking about earlier in the video blog about the Zydeco scan, when I first kind of interviewed you for the very first time, you were one of the first guests I think 6 years ago, and you had mentioned and talked about supplements and nutritional supplementation. You're very well, wealth of knowledge on that. So what is your recommendation? Do most people need supplementation? And if so, what are the best ones? And with, like, for example, Zydeco scan and our nutritional gaps and deficiencies, what do we really want to look out for if we're kind of foreign to that and we're considering maybe trying to incorporate some supplements into our nutritional dietary guidelines and such?
Wow, that is such a loaded question.
Yeah,
The first thing I would say is, remember back in, I don't know, the 50s or whatever, when the apple a day keeps a doctor away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now through pollution and soil depletion, it's more like 7 or 8 apples a day would keep the doctor away. If we wanted to, if we wanted to compare those times to now.
Yeah, right.
So basically everybody could use a multivitamin. One, we don't eat right.
Yes.
Nobody eats right 100% of the time.
Me included, absolutely.
2, most people don't like vegetables.
I'm there too, also, unfortunately.
Minerals and vitamins you're only going to get from eating fruits and vegetables.
Yep, exactly.
And thirdly, when you get a vitamin supplement in a pill form, it's usually enteric coated because, you want to be able to swallow it. It needs to make it through the digestive system so that it can break down when it gets to, where it's supposed to be digested. Mm-hmm. Nurses call most capsule form or most, caplet form vitamins bedpan pills. Mm-hmm. If you were to YouTube vitamins on x-ray, you would see several vitamins in a person's in their organs because they did not break down. They're supposed to, but they're so protected. There's a vitamin out there, and I won't call it out by name. It is literally 1 molecule away from being plastic. So how can your body possibly break that down? Yeah, it's good that the vitamins and minerals are in there, but you want them to get out so that your body can utilize them, and it just doesn't happen. So I would say anyone who is trying to figure out which vitamin supplements they need, start with the multivitamin. B vitamin is good because whatever you don't use, of course, we know B vitamins typically for energy. Whatever your body doesn't need, it's just going to dump it out. So a B vitamin is typically not going to hurt you. Vitamin C, you can take that. We usually think of vitamin C when we start to get, the sniffles or cold and flu season. Vitamin C is one of those things that won't harm you until you can take, I hate to say it this way, but when you start to get diarrhea, that's when you need to back off how much vitamin C. But I mean, it would take 10,000 IU of vitamin C probably to make most people get that digestive discomfort. So multivitamin, vitamin B, vitamin C. Most women are deficient in calcium and vitamin D. So, I mean, always, of course, talk to your doctor before you start any kind of vitamin or supplement regimen. But just know that what you're eating, what you're putting in your mouth, even if you're eating vegan and you're eat a lot of greens, you still probably need some kind of vitamin and mineral supplement. But check with your doctor. And here's the thing. Pharmacists tend to know more about interactions than doctors do because, there's some things like if you're on a blood thinner, you don't need to take vitamin K, I think it is, and that's your green leafy collagen, all those things. So just to use wisdom, talk to a medical professional. I prefer to go to the holistic and functional medicine route when I'm thinking about overall body health. No, don't get me wrong. If I get the flu or something, I'm going to my regular doctor. But when I'm looking to correct issues in my whole body, things that I know and that I have learned over the years, I'm going to go to someone who's going to help me do that naturally.
Yeah. And then of course we can't forget about water too. Isn't that another deficient?
Yes.
Yeah. How important is water, Dedra? What's your advice on that?
Water is important. You know, when we get brain fog, the first thing we think is that we're sleepy. When we get hungry, the first thing we think is that, I got to eat. Both of those things can probably be cured by drinking a glass of water.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think, oh my gosh, I'm starving, drink a glass of water, wait 10 minutes. If you're still hungry, then you probably need to eat.
Mm-hmm.
If you get brain fog in the middle of the day and you think, oh, I just want to take a nap, try drinking some water.
Mm-hmm.
Because our bodies are mostly water, but then when we drink things like caffeine that dehydrates the body even more, and then we don't drink enough water to begin with, all of those things can just interrupt our regular body system. So water, yes.
Certainly, yeah. And how about this, Dedra? Getting towards the end of the year with the holidays here, what are some advice, suggestions you have for the pitfalls and traps that people have? Because we know statistically from Thanksgiving through the end of the year, just past Christmas, the average American gains about 7 pounds. So this is from parties and, everything else you can imagine. But what can people do? What's your advice for folks as we get closer to all these parties that they're going to be invited to, and trick-or-treating, of course, all the candy and chocolate we're going to have on Halloween? So what are some of the things they can do, in your opinion?
The easiest thing, which may also be the hardest thing, is to get more sleep. Number one, don't overcommit, and not just for the holidays. Yeah. When we don't get enough sleep, when we're really, really stressed, our bodies produce more cortisol, which is the hormone that, is, what do we call it? The fat hormone. Yeah. So your hormone levels, there's some hormones that are only released in your sleep. And if you don't get enough sleep, then they can't release. So more sleep, less stress. Can you host a holiday party at your house? You can, but you can probably rent a room or just go hang out at a bar and have just as much fun as you would. Because women in particular put ourselves under so much strain trying to entertain. We want to make new recipes, things we've never tried before, and we expect them to turn out flawlessly, and then they don't, and we're stressed, and then we got to run to the store and get something else. So I would just say use opportunities to mitigate your stress. Let someone else host the party. If you go to a party and the food's going to be really, really good, don't starve yourself all day just so you think you can just really throw down that night, because that's going to slow down your metabolism. And, don't go to a party hungry. There's only so much food that our stomachs can take. I don't care how much you starve yourself. And just enjoy it. We put so much pressure on ourselves over the holidays, whether it be to perform or to get to every single party or to have the spotless house or to make the perfect meal. I am really an advocate for a Waffle House Christmas. I am not going to lie. I've thought about it every single year. Take the pressure off. I want to enjoy my friends and family and not be exhausted from the time that I spent in the kitchen away from my guests. So whatever that looks like for you, I would just say create the kind of environment that you want that's going to work best for you, and then invite other people to join you.
Love it. Very good, Dedra. Well, our time is coming to this. 30 minutes flew by so quickly with you. I can't believe how fast. Always. Yes, absolutely. Now, before we let you go, though, if you don't mind, just any final thoughts. And also, please don't forget, let's go ahead and also plug your website and other ways people can find you, like social media, or directly contact you, please.
Sure. My website is destress101.com. I know you'll have it on the screen, but destress101.com, and you can find out information there about the Exhale yoga parties for women. That's something that can come to your home or maybe even your office. It'd be a great office party kind of team building thing as well. Doesn't have to be at night. And my closing thoughts probably would be just that we all need to take better care of ourselves. We need to take better emotional care of ourselves. It's okay to say no. It's okay to admit when you're scared. It's okay to admit when you're lonely. Here I am. I don't know, Taryn, I'm still single. I talk about it every day on the radio, trying to be sociable. And that's another thing. Be kind to yourself over the holidays. Don't feel like you have to put yourself in situations where you're going to be the odd man out. Because for some people, that's very stressful. Some people can go to a party, you're the social butterfly and you feel fine just mixing and mingling with people. But if you don't feel like you have to do that. Take care of yourself and just don't let anyone else feel badly about the choices you make for you. We all have things that are better for us, and who knows you better than you do. So just be who you are, know your identity. So many people are trying to keep up with the Kardashians or the Joneses, or get the newest thing that's out there, knowing that you can't afford it. So don't overextend yourself financially, emotionally, mentally, even physically. You want to stay in shape, but I know people that lift weights 5 times a week without a break. That's not healthy for you, and it's not doing your muscles any good. So talk to some trained professionals who can put you on the right track. Eat well, sleep well, be well. That's what I end all of my yoga classes with. We have to do those things well, and those are things that we can control. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but the things you can control.
Love it. Very good, Dedra. Well, thank you so much. Great way to end there with, again, all of your advice and suggestions. And again, like you said, we're going to get your website up on the screen here momentarily. And good luck with the yoga parties as well, Dedra. I think that's so exciting. So I'm glad you're on a new endeavor. Congratulations. And I wish you continued success. And let's please check in next month for another one of these shows together, please.
Sounds good. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes, you too. Happy Thanksgiving too, Dedra.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.